I'm Indra Ramanathan from iPartnership in Malaysia. My object is an invitation for us to question what's in between your left ear and your right ear and what the meaning of sufficiency is to you. We are framed by our elements and our minds are framed and consistently been reframed and conditioned by information that goes into it. My installation celebrates the beginning in datum, which is the Cartesian cross, which is then framed by my influences through a multi-reflection of different influences. It is manifested in a perfect cube. It has a beginning within it in the cross and it ends with codings that are distinctively Malaysian. I invite you, the viewer, to look at my object, look within it and answer this question within yourselves. Is your glass half full or half empty?
I'm John Koh from John Koh Architects. We are highlighting one of the projects in the office currently that we are doing. It's Air Angin, literally translated as wind and water, which is an integration of the mother house, the new extension, which is in its third phase, and with the nature, the trees, and the symbiotic relationship with nature. The concept of recycle and reuse are all sort of addressed in this particular scheme, and the understanding of geography and climate is also dealt with in this particular demonstration.
I'm Najib Arifin from A. Najib Architect, and my partner is Rahim Ismail from Design Principles. And our project is an architectural design system that is called Modul Bambu, which is a modular construction and design system that uses almost exclusively bamboo as its construction material. As everybody knows, bamboo is a very versatile and fast-growing material, easy to harvest, fairly easy to use, and we have developed a system that uses this bamboo in a modular way, especially in a hexagonal system, which is able to be configured in various modular configurations that can innovatively be used to create all kinds of very self-sufficient habitations and spaces to fit most contemporary lifestyles.
I'm Nadim.
Kharia Nudin from Architect Arabudi.
The project is Ice Cube in the Desert, the Mirage of Hopes. Water is a miracle of life in the dry, deserted sea of the sands of the desert. In contrast to the conventional approach, generally engineered to maximize one goal, here we seek the dynamics of the complex natural cycle of water to transform this desert facility into a modern, contemporary, sustainable physical oasis.
Okay, adaptable to suit differing temperatures of the day and differing seasons of the year, the Ice Cube maintains constant optimum interior working environment. Water at the skin of the cube, shimmering, railing, and creates illusions under the desert sun, glittering and sparkling the reflections of the night stars. To the wayfarers, it is a jewel and beacon in the Arabian Nights, the oasis, mirage of hope, thus the Ice Cube.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Akramin Izani. I'm from Architect dari Sini Seni Berhad. The title of my project is Urban Vertical Agriculture, which is ideally designed for the people who live in the cities to have their own agriculture at home. The good thing about this project is I want to have this urban vertical agriculture, the features that they have to act as a shading device to the building, to reduce the heat gain, and it also improves the facade treatment of the existing facade because it can be applied to the front and the back of the existing building. And the staircase also designed within the vertical agriculture module is to help the requirement of the fire escape.
My name is Architect Zaini Mufti. My associate Fira Ismail, my creative partner Professor Ramlan. We are here to present you the future dwelling units. We designed this for 5 different families with different profile, from the youngest to the more elderly family. They will live harmoniously in this module with minimum private spaces such as the bedroom and the washroom, and a lot of shared spaces, the kitchen, common area, living area and such. We need to do this because to sustain our resources, that people have to change their mindset about their living accommodation, and this is where we come in and present this, because this will work. With minimum resources, they live comfortably, and it's also easier for everybody to maintain the unit.
Hi, my name is Dayang Aimi Husna binti Amang Damit. I'm from Daimyo Design Studio. The title of my pavilion is The Rise of the Ruins. It's basically made of recycled metal sheets. The jointed fragments of the metal sheets represent the natural disaster all around the world. This pavilion symbolizes the strength, how we confront and how we face the natural disaster, and how sufficient we can be during facing this kind of situation.
My name is Cik Wan Ahmad Faizal from Chair of Architecture. My submission for Venice Biennale is the model is inside a box where it shows like a diorama concept where you have to view through a magnifying glass both sides, and you have to spin to bring the lights into the box to see what's the display. So it's more in a mysterious way where you can see how the building in the future floating on the air, and you can see how all this technology around you to make it more sufficient. So relate back to the title scarcity versus sufficiency.
Hi, my name is Marissa. I'm from Ong & Ong 360 Design Consultancy. The title for the piece is The Loop. It's a section through technological innovation, and it traces the map of innovation from analog to digital. The object confronts society's inability to recognize sufficiency, and everything we create is trying to outdo the former. So when in fact there was nothing wrong with the functionality of its predecessor in the first place. All of these objects are resisting obsolescence. And in a way, the object is prompting the viewer to confront the definition of sufficiency head-on.
Hi, I'm Lillian Tay of Veritas Architects. In this conversion of a historical shop house into an art space and small hotel, we explored the question of how much of the past is sufficient, how much of the old building is enough to preserve its spirit and to continue the thread of history, and how much can be changed to serve present-day purpose and practical needs. The 19th century shop front at the front is kept, while at the back we inserted a new pavilion of steel and glass without touching the old brick party walls on each side. This brings in daylight and ventilation into the new space. The owner calls his hotel Sinke, meaning new guests. This refers to the immigrants that came to Penang centuries ago as indentured laborers with nothing but their shirts on their back to build their new lives. They were the fundamental building blocks that built the city today.
Hi, we are SA Squared, and our project is the 3D printed neighborhoods. Basically, there is going to be a huge influx of people into the world and which need housing. And the only way that we can cater for this is through creating a housing system that utilizes 3D printing and being able to get all these emerging technologies to work together to produce a housing solution that can provide enough housing for areas which really need housing, such as the Asian region. And with this kind of solutions is the only way that is possible through customization of super blocks to create a holistic solution for housing.
I'm Andrew, and this is Ehsan, and we are from GDP Architects.
Upon gaining independence, Malaysia embarked on a task of building a new nation, and a massive part of this project is building housing for the burgeoning population. So in a way, it's our most direct negotiation with modernity.
When we conducted the research on housing in Malaysia, we noticed an evolution in the language of housing. So we want to document this change in a way that people can decipher and have multiple readings of the condition of housing in Malaysia.
My name is Nyom from Nyom Partnership. Our proposal for sufficiency is to do with the event of apocalyptic period when water rises. So we are proposing that household could actually collect barges which float on water, and being able to float on water, they also can become roof as well. So therefore, a pair of barge could become a platform and a roof, and between them, one could envisage the spaces being used for habitation, for rearing of livestock, and basically the essential needs for survival. And further collection can become extended families or even communities.
Hi, my name is Suhaimi Fadil from Suhaimi Fadil Studio. My model is about how to live in a comfortable and simple life in a building surrounded by nature. The idea was generated from my observation or time spent with native people, or we call it here in Orang Asli, in the jungle. That is where it started. Hopefully, I can implement what I learned in this new concept.
I'm Veronica from Malaysia, representing Taylor's University and Dr. Tan Lokman Architects. Today, our behalf today is a presentation of a little model entitled The Primitive Cube, and the whole idea is actually to look at the idea of modernity versus primitivism, where the idea of primitive is reflected by the idea of hand, which represents making and man-made spaces at the same time. What the model is comprised of is 100 layers of 3 mm plywood stacked together, and each layer is actually manufactured by hand cutting patterns which are computer generated. So when all the 100 plywoods are stacked together, it formed a very pristine and perfect cube, smooth within the outside but very cave-like in the inside, with the creation of the hand as the form of the interior.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tan Lokman of Archi Center. Tea colony is the search for minimal structure to free up the ground and airspace. Life forms require structure to survive and thrive. These structures originate from DNA, which determines shape, form, and character. The T grouping of simple triangulated structures allows for minimal ground impact and contact, while maximizing canopy and living options. Pin joint structures, gyroscopes are common day examples of such structural applications. T colony is my search for a minimal structure that touches the ground lightly, while maximizing options for a living community.
I'm Mel Song from Arab Emirates. The notion of enoughness prevails, and not-excess taking the middle path and distinguishes renewable resources rather than non-renewable ones in adequate living and working conditions. Most of all, each of us define within us our very own boundary or limit which defines our realm of sufficiency, and it's a question of finding the right path of development, the middle way between material heedlessness and traditional immobility, in short, of really finding the right livelihood. Finally, to realize that human life is a dependent part of an ecosystem of many different forms of life which we ultimately depend, such as water and trees.
I'm Taufik, and I'm with my colleague here, Jonathan. We're both from Veritas Architects Kuala Lumpur. Reimagining Peculiaring Flats looks at its current redevelopment narrative, which questions the fundamentals of social housing, of legacy post-independence and evolution, in the context of this city's accelerated growth.
It was completed in 1969. The basic units of 400 square feet tricell contains a living dining area, a kitchen, a toilet, and a bedroom. Eventually, it was adapted by occupants of large families up to 6 people. Today, the minimum standard size for a house unit is 600 square feet.
This presented itself as a case of multiplicity of sufficiency in the context of social housing, economics, policy, and occupants' needs.
My name is Lee Chor Wah, practicing in Kuala Lumpur. My concept is framing sufficiency. To me, sufficiency is about building what you can afford and when you need it. It's about selling bungalow land in the sky to make living in the city more affordable, as you can buy the land or just a platform first, then build a house or condo to suit your needs whenever you can afford it. The structure and services are designed to allow for such flexibility.
Hi, my name is Alan Quay from Aiken Plus Studio. We have submitted LHP2 despite having a very bold and sculptural outlook of this model, the design was more of a series of logical responses, taking cue from the site and surrounding context. It's a story of responses and adequacy in which the design takes on the restraint and control rather than opulence. The pendant-shaped plan was derived purely from the interesting angles of the site. So its smooth and its sequel form was guided by the views, market demands, and its central courtyard was carved out to form a heart, which also provided the life to the building.
Hello, my name is Bunchiwi. I'm with Gianna and Elfie from Sufficiency Studios. Sufficiency Studio is a platform for Malaysian architects to instigate and propagate extreme speculation of ultra-future Malaysian cities by investigating the fundamentals of Asia's sustainability sensibility, as well as exploring positive shifts in sustainability knowledge and technology across the globe.
Design is no longer a singular form. Designers are able to cross-feed and exchange information and ideas, efficiency and capabilities in a greater form. The platform that we face in future cities are now a global question.
Cities is complex because human is complex and irrational. To predict future cities is next to impossible. Future cities will be responsive, self-regenerate, self-adapt, and able to multiply.
Being invited to this year's Venice Biennale and work together with the architects are indeed an honor and an adventure. My work revolves around the Malaysian architects' theme of sufficiency. My work is to incite the public to think about what had happened to the Mother Nature. What have we done to Mother Nature? My work is to bring back memory where we once lived in a simple house that can cater for everyone. But in today's modern world, this is not true anymore. We have to converse with Mother Nature to see how to bring back the good old days, the blue skies, the greens, and many, many more. And ask the question, who should help? Actually, by not being selfish, everyone should help. My name is Cheng Hak Teng. For the benefit of generations to come, let's come together and work together. Thank you.